Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the online class, children. Social Science, Class 9, Chapter 2 from Civics. What is democracy and why democracy? So here, this is a continuation of the last session. We are going to cover the topic such as the free and fair electoral competition, and we are also going to analyze the China and Mexico's election, and we are going to have a case study of China and Mexico. So here it is important features of democracy, that is free and fair electoral competition. So every democratic country must offer the free and fair electoral competition to its citizen. Okay. So first we are going to see about what is free and fair electoral competition, and then we move on to the China and the Mexico case. Okay. So in democracy, the rulers must be truly people's representatives. So in a democracy form of government, the rulers must be a people's representatives. As we discussed in the previous slide, the rulers must be elected by the people and they must be a people's representatives. But how do we choose the representatives? To choose a representatives, we need a system of election. By voting them, we can select the representatives to represent us. Okay, so we need a system of election. So an election could have some meanings and significance only if it is held in a free and fair manner. So the election must have some meaning and significance. Then only it will held in a free and fair way. Okay. So what does mean by free election and fair election? A free election is one where every person has equal right to vote. So a free election means every person in a country must have equal right to vote, must have the right to vote, equal right to vote. That means irrespective of their wealth, gender, and race, religion. So irrespective of all these things, everybody should have the voting right. Okay, whether they are the PM or the president or a shoemaker or a farmer or a watch repairer, everybody should have equal right to vote. That is what free election. Okay, that is what we called as free election. And the voters who are eligible to cast their vote, the voters should vote without any fear and threat. Sometimes the voters may threatened by some of the political party, some of the candidate, that the candidate may force the voters to put vote for the particular party alone. That should not happen. Okay, so the voters should poll their vote without any fear, without threat. Okay, and now we move on to the fair election. What is fair election? The fair election is one which those persons who are currently in power have a fair chance of losing it. Okay, for example, the first 5 years, for example, I can say the DMK. It's an example. So the first 5 years in the general election, imagine children, if DMK wins a majority in election, the DMK form the government and run the government for the 5 years. And then the next general election comes. Okay, in that next general election, of course, the DMK may have a chance to lose its power. And then the next political party, it may be a BJP or ADMK or some other political party may come to power. So that is what the fair election. So the fair election means is one which those persons who are currently in power have a fair chance of losing it. Okay, so this is what we called as free and fair election. So free election means every citizen must have equal right to vote, and the voters must hold their vote without any fear or without any threat. Okay, and then fair election. Fair election means the person who are currently in power, they should have a chance of losing it also. That is what we call a fair election. So now we move on to the case study of China, and then we'll move for Mexico. So free and fair electoral competition. In China, the elections are held after every 5 years. Okay, the elections are held regularly after every 5 years in China for electing the country's parliament. It's called as National People Congress. National People's Congress. So the National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. Okay, listen here children, in China, after every, the elections are held every 5 years for selecting the country's parliament called the National People's Congress. The National People Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. Here, how they are selecting the members? Let's see. Some members are elected by army. So, some members are elected by the army, and it has nearly 3,000 members from all over the China. So, listen here children. Some members are appointed, some members are elected by the army. It has nearly 3,000 members from all over the China. Okay. So, before contesting the election in China, the candidates who wish to participate in election activity, before contesting in the election, they should get an approval from the Chinese Communist Party. So, before contesting the election in China, the candidates needs to get approval from the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, and the party, that is the other 8 smaller party who are allied to the Communist Party, they can select the members from that. Okay, so obviously what will happen? The government will always formed by the Communist Party of China. Because what happens here? A candidate, if they want to participate in election activity, they have to get the approval from the Chinese Communist Party, or the candidate may prefer from the other 8 smaller party who allied to the Communist Party. So this is how the members are selected for contesting the election in the China. Okay, so obviously the government will be formed by the Communist Party. Okay. So now we move on to the Mexico. So Mexico got independence in the year 1930, and it holds elections after every 6 years. So every 6 years once the Mexico holds election. Okay. But this country has never been under a military rule or a dictator rule. Okay, because it got independence, it holds elections regularly after every 6 years, and it is not a dictator rule or a military rule. Okay, so after 2000, every elections in Mexico was won by the party called PRI. It means Institutional Revolutionary Party. So after the 2000 years, every elections in Mexico was won by the party called as the PRI. How the same party won the power in every election? Let's see. So this PRI party used many dirty tricks to win elections. Okay. What are the dirty tricks they used? All the government officers and teachers are used or forced the parents to vote for the PRI party. So all the government officials and the teachers are forced the parent to vote for the PRI. Okay. So even the schools also, the teachers are force their parent to put vote for only the PRI party. And sometimes the polling booth were shifted from one place to another in the last minute. So if the parties change the polling booth in the last minute, it is very difficult for the people to poll their vote. Okay. So this is how they followed the dirty tricks. And even if you look after the media, it largely ignored the activities of the opposition political parties. Okay. Except to criticize them. So listen here. So the media also ignored the activities of the opposition political party, but it focused on the opposition party, and it displays the criticisms about the opposition party. For that only, the media was used to criticize about the opposition party, but it ignored most of the positive aspects of the opposition party. Okay, so media also ignored the activities of the opposition party, the positive side of the opposition party, except to criticize them. Okay, and it used the PRI party spends a lump amount of money, the large amount of money uh, for the campaign activities. Okay, so the lots of money played an important role for the PRI to win the elections. So what are the dirty tricks used by the PRI to win election? All the government officers and the teachers are used to force their parent to put vote for the PRI. And sometimes the polling booth were shifted from one place to another at the last minute. So it was very difficult for the people to poll their caste properly. And media also ignored the activities of the opposition party except criticize them. And the PRI also used a lump amount of money for campaign. Okay. So now, should we consider this country as a democratic country? Should we consider this country as a democratic country? Because in the previous slide we discussed a lot the election, the rulers should elected by the people. So the country which holds the election are considered as a democracy form of government, because by selecting the people, by casting our vote only, the leaders are selected. Okay, so can we consider this type of elections are the examples of people selecting their candidate? In Mexico and China, or the people are selecting the candidate really? Not quite. They are not having any choice, because listen here, if we take the China, there is no choice for the people to select the candidate, because they are selecting the candidate for contesting the election, those who are approved by the Chinese Communist Party. So they are selecting the candidate, those who are got approved, those who are approved by the Chinese Communist Party. So the people doesn't have choice to choose their leader. They have to select the ruling party alone in China. People doesn't have any choice to choose. And if you take the Mexico case, even the opposition parties are there, but initially Mexico people seem to really have a choice to choose their leader, but in practice they had not they doesn't have any choice to choose, because the PRI party does lot of tricks to win power, win the election. So we cannot consider this country as a democratic country. Okay, so from this above story, the China and Mexico, we are deriving we derived one more important feature of democracy, that is, a democracy must be based on free and fair election where those currently in power have fair chance of losing it. So in China there was no free election, and in Mexico there was no fair election at all. So a democratic country must have a free and fair election where those people who are in currently who those who are in power currently, they have a fair chance of losing it. Okay, so that's all about the today's class, children. So we have analyzed about the free and fair electoral competition, and we have also gone through the case study of Mexico and the China. Now take down the assignments. Why were every elections won by PRI in Mexico? Second one, compare the democratic systems in China with Mexico. Third one, how was the president of China elected? Thank you, children.